Greetings and salutations, Dave, or I guess technically I should call you Dead on Dave. This is Christopher Daniels.
Hey everyone, it's the Native American Tatanka. Want to give a big shout out to Dead on Dave.
Dave, this is Leon White, Big Van Vader.
Dead on Dave. What's up, man? It's the coach.
Hello, this is the hardcore legend Mick Foley, and I know when I want to keep up with the latest in wrestling news from around the world, I check in with Dead on Dave Productions. He covers a wide variety of wrestling topics, including the career of the hardcore legend. Don't miss it. Dead on Productions. Yeah.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Dead on Dave, and we are here live after Smackdown once again. You know where to go when Smackdown's over. You come to the place where everybody knows your name. You come to the place that you can call in and get your voice heard, and you can do so in two different ways. Skype, David Vancura, DAVIDVANCURA, or 702-751-2902, which is because of you guys we have that number. With your generous donations and your continued support of the channel, it's because of you guys we can continue to upgrade and make changes. So thank you guys very much for that. And if you want to keep supporting the channel, go right into the description box of this video and donate if you see fit, and give the fat man a tip. You tip a barista, you could tip your favorite fat guy. Well, look, man, here we go. We got Smackdown all over and done yet again. So now, while maybe not the most epic Smackdown in the world, certainly once again for the fifth consecutive week, at least in my opinion, this was better than Raw. Again, better than Raw. It's not even a close comparison right now. I don't understand it either. There's a lot of reasons as to why you can make this, you can bring up these questions. You can say, oh, is it because of the 3 hours? Is it because, whatever. But we don't know what it is. Here's what we do know. There's an issue. There's an issue with the booking on Raw right now that SmackDown doesn't seem to have. And I think what comes down to ultimately is priority. That's what it comes down to, is priority. I'm going to get more into that, but first, before I really start getting into things, I do want to make reference to what's going on right now in the world. I want to send out my condolences, and my thoughts are very much with the Oregon school shooting in Umpqua County College in Oregon. I hope I said that right. 10 people at least confirmed dead, including the fucking shooter. It's horrible, man. Once again, these things just continue to happen, and there's just no end in sight to it. I don't know what side of the argument you may reside on, whether you blame guns or you blame the people. I choose to blame the people. But it's horrible that we have to keep seeing this shit. And what are you gonna do? You just. If anybody out there is affected, know that my thoughts and prayers are with you. My thoughts, at least. So, I hope everybody is well. And to anybody listening in Oregon, stay strong. Dead on Dave is with you. For what that is worth, I have no idea. But hey, got a show to do, got a review to do. So let's get back to it. And as I was saying a second ago, SmackDown there's something about what's happening with just a booking decision. I don't know, like what I said, I think that it's dead on, as the case may be. It's not even like overall booking decision. It's just the fact that there's more of an emphasis. There's more of an onus on SmackDown because they need it to be important. They need SmackDown to be watched and good coming in 2016 because it's going back live on USA. So they need eyes to be on them. Now, I don't know if it's because somebody else is booking SmackDown. Look, I have no idea. It would not surprise me in the least if Triple H has taken over SmackDown. It wouldn't surprise me because I feel a lot of the NXT elements that has really helped get NXT to the point that we like seeing it are being used on SmackDown. Are there still some weak points? Absolutely. This show had plenty of them. I'm shocked and amazed that once again, this Kane thing continues to work. The crowd seems to be into it. I buy into it, and I can't even tell you why. Kane is old as fuck, but for some reason, I'm enjoying what he's doing. I like seeing him do his thing. I don't know why. I like Demon Kane. I like him coming out there. I like the switcheroo. I like the sly little smile. I like everything that happened in that main event, and I can't tell you why. But I can tell you one major reason why I do love this SmackDown yet again. The New Day. If you can't get a smile on your face from what the New Day did with Seth Rollins in the back, pumping him up and everything, I don't know what to tell you. From a wrestling standpoint, from an entertainment standpoint, whatever, that shit's funny. That shit is funny. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. Just funny. Just straight out funny. So there's a lot to like from it. Obviously, one of the high points for me was maybe not so much the Divas match altogether. I do think it was solid, the 6-woman tag. It was solid. It's one of my high points. But Sasha getting over is huge. We haven't seen her for weeks. Her being in that position is great. We're going to get into the copious amounts of notes here. We're going to do all that stuff. We're also going to take your calls on Skype, David Vancura, DAVIDVANCURA, or 702-751-2902. So, hey, usually I wait to take calls, but I'm taking calls immediately today. If you got calls, go ahead and get up in here and let me know what you're thinking about this SmackDown. I want to hear from you guys because, honestly, I was in and out of a SmackDown tonight. Unfortunately, my ability to watch SmackDown was very much hindered here in Germany tonight, so I didn't get to see every single tiny bit, but I did see a lot, and that's a good thing. So let's get into the copious amounts of notes. Oh, wait, no, unknown caller. Do I really want to do that? If I take the unknown caller, we know what's going to happen. My channel's going to go away. We know, or at least my show's going to end. So if it does, it does. Let's take the unknown caller. Unknown caller, you're live with Dead on Dave. What you got?
You fat fuck, you're dying without Joe Cronin.
Yeah, yep. Thank you. Oh, there you go. That's exactly what I was expecting to happen. So congratulations. You got your 2 minutes of fame. 10 seconds, 5 seconds of fame. Congratulations. If you like Joe Cronin, go watch Joe Cronin. You don't have to watch me, buddy. None of you do. It's completely fine. Go watch what you want to watch. There's enough YouTube for everybody. Enough YouTube for everybody. Jesus Christ. But hey, you want to call into my show and, try to get a rise out of me? Ain't happening. I feel bad for you, to be completely honest. I'm going to live to make other people miserable. Fuck all that shit. Anyway, let's get back into the copious amounts of notes. Copious. Oh, by the way, that guy was thrown over the top rope. Yeah. All right, so Seth Rollins kicks off SmackDown by cutting a promo on Kane and all that stuff. A lot of rigmarole back and forth. Main event gets put out there. It's going to be the New Day and Rollins versus Dudley Boys and Demon Kane. But Rollins is only going to accept the match if Corporate Kane is at ringside. I mean, the whole thing is retarded. We know it's going to happen. I think a lot of people were thinking, and I was one of them, that they're going to do the fake Kane. They're going to bring out some jamoke in a mask and red suit and, be it. But no, they didn't. They went a little more high concept with it. We'll get back into that in a little bit. So the opening segment, while not terrible, it was about what I was expecting. And I like the fact that this whole thing with Kane is a slow build to something much bigger down the line. I don't think the title is getting defended at Madison Square Garden. This show didn't feel as much like there were some aspects that were setting up for Madison Square Garden. 100% see that, especially with the Dudleys. But other than that, they really didn't use the entire show to set it up. Why? Because they did the entire 3 hours of Raw for that. Still don't know why we should care. It's a glorified house show. I mean, it's still advertised Seth Rollins and John Cena for the United States Championship in a cage. the storylines don't matter, so I don't know. Doesn't really make a lot of sense, but that's completely fine. So we got the first segment, and that was fine. It wasn't that bad. I like the fact that it's focusing on a storyline beyond Madison Square Garden. Next, we get Sasha Banks, Naomi, and Tamina bad versus the Bellas, Team Bella. And then after a fairly good match that the crowd seemed to be really into, Nikki tapped out to the Banks statement, which got a huge pop, and I think that this is a very good thing. We need to see Sasha continue to get these type of victories, but I'd like to see her get victories in singles matches. I really would. Really, really would. Why not? Why not? Why can't we get more singles matches from motherfucking Sasha? I want to see her kick some asses. I don't know if, I think that there's a part to this too that people aren't talking about. There was a lot of conversation about after that match with Bayley at NXT TakeOver Brooklyn that Sasha was actually hurt a little bit, that she got banged up, that her neck, she did take a bad bump. So I think a lot of the reason why maybe Charlotte has gotten the single spotlight here and not Sasha as well, maybe Sasha is a little bit injured and they wanted to kind of protect her until this next takeover so they can have this 30-minute Iron Maiden match. That's always a possibility, and it wouldn't surprise me if that ends up being the case. Let's take a caller. Typhoon Asher, you are live with Dead on Dave. What you got?
Hello, Dave. How are you?
I am living life, and it's 4:11 here in Germany. I can't be happier. What's up, buddy?
I just watched SmackDown, and I literally think this is probably one of the best SmackDowns in at least 6 or 7 months. I absolutely loved it.
The last
2 hours of wrestling.
The last 5 weeks for me have been great. I don't think it's much better than what we've seen the last 4 or 5 weeks. I think they've all been good, better than Raw by a long margin. But I'm in agreement. I'm in agreement with you on this. It's a great show. It was a really good show yet again.
You know what I think might happen with the Kane and Seth Rollins thing? They're going to have Seth Rollins, of course, win the title at Hell in a Cell, and then Sheamus comes to cash in, and then Kane, of course, because he's the Demon Kane, and he, can't get hurt, gets up, and still attacks Sheamus, and then that moves on to Sheamus versus Kane, and then Sheamus is going to be like, since I can beat you so much, I'm going to, defend my Money in the Bank briefcase, if that's actually possible, because I think that's happened before. And Kane's going to win, and then he's going to cash in on Rollins, and then he is going to win the title.
Who, Kane? You think ultimately Kane is going to win the title?
A lot of words to handle.
Well, I lost Asher. Oh, well. Signal dropped out, nothing I can do about that. Sorry, Asher, but I got what you said. I think some of that's possible. I do think that there'll be another pivot for Sheamus. That seems to be the flavor of the month with Sheamus. Just continue to do that with him. Just continue to pivot him to somebody else. So yeah, I think that's a very good possibility that Kane and Sheamus will have a feud at some point. Makes a lot of sense in a lot of ways. So I could see that happening. As far as Sheamus putting up the Money in the Bank, I don't see that happening. Not against Kane. And I certainly don't see any possibility where Kane ends up winning the title. I don't know. I just can't see it. But you never know. It's a very good possibility. We'll see what happens. It's going to be quite interesting to see where that ends up going somewhere down the line. I do think that this whole Kane Seth Rollins thing, it's just about getting Seth to the major pay-per-views in January and stuff. This is just about getting him to Royal Rumble. That's all it is. And whether it is beating this whole thing with Seth down our beating us over the head with it, or shoving Seth down our throats to the point that we're going to be so happy when somebody takes the belt off, no matter who it is. This could ultimately be about putting Roman Reigns over. I've thought about that. I've thought about the possibility that this whole run for Seth Rollins, as weirdly as it's been booked, they haven't done the Weasel Champion like this in this way in a very long time. And I think it might all be for the one reason, everything for the last 2 years have been, putting Roman Reigns over. Roman Reigns is finally getting traction with this Bray Wyatt situation. Finally, it's happening. We're starting to give a shit. Tonight, that was awesome. Didn't take much because that match on Raw was great. The only thing on Raw that was great. So he's starting to get some traction. If Seth continues these type of feuds, and I think part of the reason why they went with a hokey thing with Kane is because they were hoping we'd all be like, this is retarded, and hoping that we'd all just shut off and tune out and stuff. That didn't happen. You know, we didn't shut off and tune out. We got interested, some of us, for reasons I can't possibly understand, because I can't even tell you why I like it. I just kind of do. I'm entertained by it. Couldn't tell you. I like the fact that Kane can shake off a leg injury by stomping his foot on the ground. I don't know why. That's funny to me. I find it entertaining. But I think it's ultimately about putting Reigns over. You know, you continue to put him in these situations, Seth Rollins, to where by the time that someone beats him, anybody beats him, we're just going to be like, oh, thank you, our savior. You know, it doesn't matter who it's going to be. And I think you couple that with some really strong performances out of Reigns and vast improvement. Even the Reigns haters has to see the improvement that he's made. I think that it could be something that works out quite well. We'll see. Ultimately, it's going to depend on the fans and how well they're going to accept him. But it does seem like his popularity is getting back to the levels it was before Royal Rumble. We'll see what happens. It's going to be quite interesting. Jordan Turner in the chat says, Raw needs to go back to 2 hours, in my opinion. I think the 3 hours is just too much for fans to sit through. What do you think, Dave? I don't know. I don't know if 3 hours is too much. I know it's not too much for me to sit through. I love 3 hours of wrestling. But I want to see 3 hours of wrestling. It's all about booking. Franco, 1, 2, 3. There you go. 1, 2, 2, 3. Hi, Franco. There you go. You don't have to spam it 5 times. I got you. There. Jesus. Middle child. It's an interesting situation where, the 3 hour thing. I don't think it necessarily is a bad thing to be 3 hours. I don't think that's the end all be all, you know, that's what's the downfall. Although it is one of the downfalls of WCW, so you can make that parallel. But at the same time, it's all about how you book those 3 hours. I think if you just cram 1 hour, probably the second hour, just full of nonstop matches, no promos, no rehashing, no bullshit. If you cram like 2 or 3, maybe even 4 really solid matches in there, 4 15-minute matches, or a 10, a 20, 15 and a 5. I think that might add up to 60. I think that might add up to 80, actually. I don't know. Whatever adds up to 60 minutes, you know. The 4 15s, I think that'll be very, very exciting. You know, I think that'll get people going because that's what we want to see. We want to see more wrestling on the product. This is a really great way to do that. So I think it's very possible that we will see that somewhere down the line. It makes a lot of sense that that's going to be the case. If they continue to be 3 hours. Could they go to 2 hours? Sure, but they're going to have the same problems unless they book it better. Look at SmackDown. SmackDown, until the last 5 weeks, we were completely shitting all over SmackDown. Just shitting on it because of what it became. Why? Because it was booked horribly. And that's only 2 hours, but it was booked horribly. Hell, NXT being 1 hour, if it was not booked correctly, would be too much. It would be too much. And we all know this to be true. It would be far too much. We can't handle it if it's not booked correctly. If it's not entertaining, it's not entertaining. That's what it is at the end of the day. Lucha Underground, I think, is a really good example of that. I think towards the end of the first season, I hate the seasons thing, but towards the end of the first season, Lucha obviously got a lot better in a lot of ways because they really just started going for it. But I still think there's a lot of issues with the wrestling. But that's another goddamn story for another day. But you look at the beginning, the first 3 quarters of the season, really, that hour was hard to get through, for me at least. It was really hard to get through because I don't think that it was just focusing on the right things. So even an hour can be too much if it's not properly utilized. Time is a good thing. Having more time is usually a good thing if you decide to make the most of it. if you decide to make the most of it. And Raw has to do that. WWE has to do that. They've done it with SmackDown. Have they done it with a different creative staff? I couldn't tell you. I have no idea. But I do know this. Whatever they're doing on SmackDown, it's working. It's working. And the funny thing is, before this downturn of Raw and this upswing of SmackDown, it was the opposite. I thought the Raws were really strong and SmackDown was unwatchable. It's almost like they want to almost denigrate one to make the other look stronger. That's such an outdated concept. It's so outdated, and it usually doesn't work out for anybody. There doesn't have to be one weak and one strong for something to work. There could be two strongs. It's okay. It will be all right. Having to see both products is a very good thing. Wanting and having to see both Raw and SmackDown is a good problem to have. Let's go ahead and take a caller. 631, you are live with Dead on Dave. What you got? 631, you're live with Dead on Dave. What you got? Caller. All right, you hung up. You got nothing. Over the top rope. Guy was speaking to them. If you're on a phone, there's two parts to a phone. Here's a phone. Here's an example. This part, that's where you hear things from. You put it against your ear. This part, that's where you're talking to. You can hold it any way you like, as long as your receiver's in your mouth. Oh wow. Okay, I didn't realize how bad that probably just looked. But here, if you need a demonstration on a cell phone, I can do that too. Pretty simple. I don't know. Or you get one of these. It's called microphone. And you talk into that. It's amazing how the miracle of sound works. Hey, you guys sitting in the chat right now, go ahead and get off your hands and hit that like button. Smack that like button. Elbow drop that like button. If you're on a tablet, lick that like button. Fuck it. Who cares? Nobody's around. Give it a kiss, a smooch, a caress. Nobody will see you. I won't tell. Just show a little love to the channel. Like and subscribe. Let's try to take a caller again. 631, you are live with Dead on Dave. What you got? 631, you're live with Dead on Dave. What you got? I'm sorry, buddy. Ain't nothing I can do there, man. Ain't nothing I could do there, buddy. Anyway, let's get back to the copious amounts of notes, man. So, Bray Wyatt will address Roman Reigns, we find out, and that's great. I was really worried about that, but it ended up working out pretty well. Ryback and Kevin Owens had an Intercontinental title match, which was fairly decent up until Kevin Owens dips out again. Owens walk. By the way, speaking of Kevin Owens, you need to go check out Kevin Owens Unfiltered. Kevin Owens Unfiltered with Renee Young. If you have yet to see it on the network, it's 15 minutes long, and you see a whole different side of Kevin Owens.
What's up, Dave?
Hey, wait till I introduce you.
What's up, Dave?
I'm still talking, Tony Hall. I'm still talking.
What's up, man?
It's okay since you're just gonna bust up in here. What you got, Tony Hall? You're live with Dead on Dave.
I was watching SmackDown.
Yeah.
And it was okay. And that one slight I got a goosebumps seeing this. You see Kane come out, and you see that before that. You seen that part, and Kane comes out with the demon and Seth Rollins. How you feel about it?
I for some reason I liked it. I can't even tell you why. It's hokey. It's something we've seen before. It's not an original storyline, but there's something about it that I just like. I like the little smile he gave to Seth before he went to the back. I just like it. I like the fact that Kane can stomp his foot on the ground and shake off injuries. I'm just digging it.
I was the same way I'm feeling. And I was just I saw the what's it called, those things? So what is it? The Wyatts?
Yeah.
And Roman Reigns?
Yeah.
Roman Reigns did nothing. And he says hell in the cell. I like.
Yeah, I like the fact that he didn't have to do anything else. He didn't have to punch him. He didn't have to say anything. He just said hell in a cell. I enjoyed that. It looked like a big moment, and it's because of that really good match they had on Raw.
Yeah, they did. I was good. The ending was good. That moment, he thought that Roman Reigns is in his head now. and I gotta give it this one a C. I'm gonna give it 7.5.
7.5 from Tony Hall. I appreciate that, buddy.
And I'm support your show and your content you do, and keep it going, man.
Hey, man, I appreciate that. I appreciate the call, and I appreciate your rating. 7.5 out of Tony Hall. Take it easy, buddy.
So, no problem, man.
Tony Hall, everybody. Tony Hall. He's Tony Hall. That's his name. That name again is Tony Hall. All right. Jordan Turner. Hey, Dave, I love to get your opinion on this. Do you think fans will turn on Charlotte because they want Sasha and Paige right now? And do you think Charlotte will get the Reigns treatment? No, I don't. Charlotte, if you go back and you look at Charlotte on NXT, she was never overly cheered, ever. You know, she kind of always had this half in, half out situation. I think that'll continue. I'm not really so sure it has to do with Sasha, but it could. I think there's a potential there, but I don't see her getting the same Roman Reigns treatment. 631, you're live with Dead on Dave. What you got? I don't know what's up, 631. This dude is having. I keep giving chances because I'm a nice guy. I'll keep taking the call until it works. Because that's what I do. That's what I do. But yeah, Jordan, I think that it's very possible that something like that could happen, but I don't know. Because I don't think everybody wants Sasha. I think there's a lot of people who do, but I think a lot of people are very happy with the fact that Charlotte is gotten her moment, which I don't think should end. She should be champion. I love the fact that Charlotte's champion. And in fact, I like when she's an egotistical champion. I want her to turn that up a little bit. I'd love to see her a heel. And I want to see Sasha, two heels. I don't mind. I don't give a shit. I want to see those two battle for this title around WrestleMania. And I think that's what they're trying to get to. They're going to keep going with the things with the Bellas. Paige is obviously going to do her thing with Natty and then probably get in there with Charlotte at some point. Charlotte did give an ultimatum tonight. You're either with us or you're against us, Paige. It's time to shit or get off the pot. We'll see what Paige's response is. Probably won't be very good, but we'll see. It will not be favorable to them. We'll see how that ends up. Should be very interesting. Back to the copious amounts of notes. We already talked about the Kevin Owens Ryback thing. Like I said, you really do need to check out Kevin Owens on Unfiltered. It is really good. Let's take another caller. Unknown caller, you're live with Dead on Dave.
Chinese will hear you.
Yeah. Well, that will be the last unknown caller I take tonight. So, there you go. One rotten apple ruins it for the whole bunch. So there you go. That's it for the unknown callers. Congratulations. Let's get back into it, man. So the Lucha Dragons and Neville take on Stardust and the Ascension. It was probably one of the best matches of this set, and that's mainly because there hasn't been a lot of really great stuff from these six guys. I think there's been some decent stuff, but I thought tonight was really good. A lot of high-flying action. For some reason, I really enjoyed Stardust throwing the glove at Neville. I can't give you a reason why I like some of this weird shit. I just do. Chris J in the chat, he watched Unfiltered. He knows what happened on Unfiltered. Owens is a terrible Canadian. Yes, Renee Young called Kevin Owens a terrible Canadian. That's hysterical. Hysterical. I highly recommend watching that. But back to that. Yeah, for some reason, I really enjoyed Stardust throwing that glove at Neville. I couldn't tell you why. It's another one of those weird things. But the match itself was really good. Kalisto getting the pin on Connor. I didn't really have a problem. Usually I don't like smaller guys getting pins on bigger guys, but for some reason this worked. I believe Kalisto. I buy in to his ability to be able to knock down bigger guys, especially when he gets a little bit of misdirection and all that stuff. So I thought it worked well. Next was probably my favorite segment of the night, the Bray Wyatt situation, when Bray does come down, and just the whole thing. The promo I didn't give a shit about, but the whole setup with Reigns coming out and then the mutual respect with the two heavies there, Harper, and Braun Strowman standing to the side and kind of just like, hey, we'll let you in this ring. And Roman just saying, fuck y'all, I'm getting in this ring, and that's it. Gets into the ring, doesn't say anything, snatches the mic out of Bray Wyatt's hand and just says Hell in a Cell. A little over the top hokey, sure. But again, I thought it was effective. And it was because of the setup of a great match on Raw. That was a great match. I went back and watched it again. And I was like, well, maybe it was just my disappointment with the rest of Raw is why I like this match so much. But I gotta be true about it. I really did enjoy what he did. I enjoyed that match. I thought it was very good. I thought it was effective. The last 7 minutes was fantastic. So there it is. Big Kyle 056. Hey Dave, do you think that the Divas Revolution is lackluster because they're trying to push too many divas at once? No, I think that the Divas Revolution is lackluster because they keep pushing a Divas Revolution. So yeah, in a sense, what you're saying, yeah, in a sense, they are pushing too many divas because they're trying to make a division relevant really on the backs of only 3 women. Paige, you can make the argument for 4, but really the 3 people that they seem to be building this around and the 3 people who were introduced, Sasha, Becky, and Charlotte. And that's completely understandable. But 3 women does not a Divas Revolution make, and that's the reality. And I think we've seen that. And a lot of really bad handling of the situation between when they brought it up and to now where we've gotten to where we're just kind of like blah. All the emphasis on 6 women tags and having the teams beat each other up in different ways. Nobody wanted to see that. We were excited because we wanted to see the different potential matchups between Paige and Charlotte and even Nikki and Sasha and all these crazy different matchups that they could have done. And we're just not getting it. We're getting a push for a hashtag instead of top flight women's wrestling, which is what sold us on this whole idea to begin with. Because of the great wrestling we were getting in NXT. I think the problem with WWE, one of the biggest problems is they think that sometimes it's more about the person than anything else. That's not always the case. There are situations, Cesaro comes to mind, this Divas Revolution. It gets over because of wrestling. Whether you call it Divas or women's doesn't matter. Doesn't matter in my opinion. I don't think it fucking matters at all. I think that it's more important if you focus on the wrestling. Yeah, there are going to be some people who are going to be hung up on the whole Divas thing. That's fine. I'm not talking to those people. I'm talking to rational human beings that if you get good wrestling, you can call it the fuckface division and it'll still work. You can call it the dirty slut division and it's still going to work. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. It just doesn't. Good tune like what was that? Detroit Rock City. Good tunes is good tunes. Cappuccino 80 donated $1. Thank you very much. Just trying this donation thing out, and the Divas Revolution thing was born dead. Stephanie introduced them, and she's the authority figure. Yeah, it was a push of a revolution and not of wrestling. And you're 100% right. Thank you for the donation, Cappuccino, by the way. And if you guys want to try this donation thing out, you can do the exact same. You'll get the $1 million laugh. You'll get your comment flashed upon the screen, and you'll be famous. You'll be famous to 13 people watching live right now. Thank you. So, yeah, but he's right. The comment that he said is 100% right, and I agree with it. She didn't introduce the people as much as she did a revolution. Let's fuck these names. Screw these names. Screw the hashtag. Screw the movement. We don't need a movement. We just need good wrestling. And like I was saying a second ago, going to Detroit Rock City, Christine in that movie, Christine 16, who also was in the American Pie franchise, she said, I don't care if it's disco or rock, good tunes is good tunes. And it's the same thing with wrestling. Good wrestling is good wrestling. Good content is good content. It doesn't matter how we get it. It doesn't matter what it's called. A rose by any other name would still smell as sweet. Fucking A right, Shakespeare. Fucking A right. Shakespeare says it correctly because it's true. Names don't always matter. It's about content. It's about what it does, what emotions it can elicit out of you. Can it make you get out of your seat and make you mark out like you were 9 years old again? When it, like friggin' Sasha and Bayley. And exactly what they're going to do on NXT TakeOver. Exactly what they're about to do again. That's the good stuff. That's what's going to be badass. That's what I'm excited about. Not a Divas Revolution. I couldn't give two frosted fornications about a Divas Revolution. And I think most people are with that. Let's focus on the wrestling, and the revolution will come. The revolution will come. Let's get to the last note I have here. The New Day and Seth Rollins versus the Dudleys and Demon Kane. Of course, Corporate Kane comes out, sits in his chair to watch the match, and nobody comes out. So at this point, everyone's like, oh, okay. We're not getting a fake Kane, which I think is a good thing that we didn't get a fake Kane. Instead, Kane gets hurt and comes back out as Demon Kane, and all hell erupts. I'll get to the rest of that in a moment. Let's take a call. Michael Mendoza. Michael Mendoza, you're live with Dead on Dave, man. What you got?
Yo, what up, Dave? How's it going?
What up, man?
What up, man?
You always get me hyped up when you call in, brother. What's up?
What's up, man? I was just hearing about this whole Divas Revolution thing. I wanted to come in and jump in and on that.
Yeah, it makes me sick.
Well, the funny thing, the good thing was that tonight, Sasha and I think it was Sasha who said it, that finally somebody came out and she said, "Who the hell gives a shit who started it?"
Exactly.
And I was extremely happy to finally see that somebody come out, and say, "Yeah, who cares? Like, that's done and over with, and we're trying to progress with this." Yeah. So that was cool, and the match wasn't too bad.
No, I thought it was really good. Actually, I thought it was very solid. Yeah.
Yeah, and like I said, SmackDown overall, I think was pretty good. So I mean, definitely miles ahead of Raw. Yeah, so I don't know. Well, I don't know what's happening. I don't know who's writing what's writing what, and I don't understand what
they have. 172 writers. Not one of them knows what the fuck they're doing. I don't know what to tell. It's like, what the hell?
I don't understand. You'd think with a fucking huge business like the WWE, they could find a circle of writers that can really, understand those shows, but I don't know.
I think it's purposeful. I think they're trying to emphasize SmackDown right now. Look, they know that Raw's ratings, while dipping and all of that stuff, they're still 2 and 3 every single week. They're second or third in the ratings every single week on cable. They're fine with that. So they know that their ratings are not going to dip too far. What their focus is right now seems to be SmackDown. They want to get SmackDown viable for this 2016 move. I think it has more to do with anything else than possible, because they have this weird, convoluted, strange goddamn misconception that one has to be weak and one has to be strong. That's retarded. That's like me going. That's like me going like that stupid commercial. Like, I'm just gonna pump up one arm and get it really strong, and then I'm gonna have a pussy arm here. Strong arm, pussy arm. Strong arm, pussy arm. No, both my arms are pussies. That's okay.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's watching the show tonight. It's just I don't get. Like I said, it's probably to your point what they're trying to do, because it's almost like they're deliberately trying to fuck up Raw. So I mean. It just doesn't make sense. But
yeah, it's like, because this is, to me, this reeks of Vince. He's like, well, if both things are really good, then they're not going to appreciate one more than the other, and damn it, we're going to have them appreciate one. So I can see him doing it. And Kevin Dunn just like sucking him off, like, yeah, boss. That I see.
Yeah, because I mean, it doesn't. Everything on SmackDown, right? The last couple of weeks have just been better. Even the promos, the backstage promos, are fucking better than the main promos on Raw. Just the regular promos, just regular backstage promos are way better than what we're seeing on Raw.
They're
it just
pushing
doesn't
different
make any
things
sense.
that, like, SmackDown seemed to be focusing more on Hell in a Cell. Raw, for some reason, was really focused on Madison Square Garden, a glorified house show, which is 5 days away from Raw. Wouldn't it have made a little bit more sense with SmackDown just being 2 days away from Madison Square Garden to focus on that? It just doesn't make any sense to me. But that's okay. That's okay. We got through it, and we got 2 out of 3 really good WWE programs this week. NXT, I thought, was a little bit down from what it usually is, but still very enjoyable. And SmackDown was the balls. Raw was horrible, but hey, what are you going to do? 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
I mean, it was definitely, I mean, I'll take a good SmackDown. You better, I mean, NXT, I enjoyed it, but yeah, you're right. I mean, some of the matches I did enjoy some of the matches on there, but I mean, Dana Brooke just gets on my fucking nerves.
Yeah, she does. She gets on my nerves too. I think they gave that match too much time, and some of the other matches should have had more. And I'm not even saying that Divas tag team match or women's tag team match on NXT was all that bad. It just there was better matches that really needed more time. Like I could have saw Gargano and what's his
it was Apollo Crews.
And Apollo Crews. I could have saw them go another 12 minutes. They were great.
Yeah, even the Ciampa match with Tyler Breeze was pretty good
that
too.
Was really
I like that
good.
match.
That was a really good match.
They seem to have pretty good chemistry. I don't know if maybe because Ciampa smacked the shit out of him in that one match. Maybe they just like I don't know what it is. They just have really good chemistry. So
it was pretty good.
It was a pretty good match.
Overall, what do you give SmackDown as far as a rating tonight?
Oh, I got to definitely give it a 7.5, man. I mean, also the I got to mention my main man Roman, and it was pretty. The promo.
He's stepping up.
Very good promo. Even though they didn't say anything, but just Bray Wyatt coming out there was great. The way they set it up, where the intensity in both of them. Bray Wyatt. It's like they say that you could tell a story in a person's eyes. He's got that. Bray Wyatt, his eyes. And it was just a good spot there.
Roman had it tonight too, I think. Roman had that same intensity. I thought he did a really good job. I was very happy with that segment. I agree.
Is it almost weird? Because now that they announced that they're going to have a Hell in a Cell match, so that puts 2 matches in the Hell in a Cell for the pay-per-view, right? You got Brock Lesnar.
That's been the norm as of late, yeah.
Is it weird that I'm actually looking forward to, and it's probably because of me, but is it weird that I'm actually looking more forward to the match with Bray Wyatt and Roman Reigns than another Undertaker and Brock Lesnar match?
No,
I don't know.
Think it's weird at all. I'm with you. I think the expectations for that match is a hell of a lot more because we don't know what we're going to get out of the Undertaker because he keeps passing out after matches. So yeah, I think so. I think that's completely reasonable, and I think a lot of people are feeling the same way.
And I wanted to ask you, do you finally think that Vince or whoever's controlling this storyline, do you finally think that now that we're getting 2 straight weeks of no team with the Wyatts and Roman and Ambrose and whoever, do you think that that's dead now? Do you think they just scrap that?
I think it could be. But with Survivor Series coming up, I don't put anything past them.
Okay, because
I thought
I was getting
that
happy.
Was building to, but I think it's very possible that it could be done. Because it's working so well without the team shit. So yeah. I think so.
Maybe Monday Night Raw was like a test for them and to see how that would pan out, and I think they surpassed it. And so now it's like, okay, well, you guys just go off now and do your own thing.
I think that's a very good possibility.
So
I think it was also very
cool.
telling that on Raw that we got the first teaming of Harper and Braun Strowman. And they actually had a match together. I think that's a very good thing too.
the poor primetime players.
I know. Titus got fucked up. Man, I really have an appreciation for just how big Titus is, though. Because Braun has made everyone look small, but when Titus stood next to him, I was like, man, Titus is a big brother, man. Damn.
Yeah, I think just the problem with Titus for me, if I all the times that I've watched him, is that he doesn't really seem to have a shitload of charisma.
None. Yeah.
Like, when he's on the mic, when they used to do those, when they were on commentating or whatever, like he really just sounded extremely bland, and it was just he tried. He
does try, but it's not there. Like he did that whistle gimmick for a while. It's just not there. He's got some frittata in him, He's got a little bit of mongoloid going on, and it's okay. I like mongoloids. Mongoloids are great. I'm part Mongo too. Look at me. I got my wife says I have a Mongo tongue. She says I have a big fat retarded tongue. What the hell? How can you say that to somebody? I've been married to her for 12 years, and that's what she says to me. She goes, you have a big fat tongue like a mongoloid. I'm like, what?
Maybe she's run out of things to say to you after 12 years.
You know what?
Maybe
that wouldn't surprise me. I'm not an interesting man. I don't know,
man. But what'd you think about Booker T? I didn't hear you say anything about Booker T tonight.
No, because I've decided that I'm done with Booker. I don't even want to acknowledge his existence. He just says weird shit like constantly. Oh, Hambone, man! What the fuck are you talking about, you asshole?
He just has like these certain reactions where it just doesn't even call for it. I think during the Divas match was one that I remember where I think Naomi went up for over the top rope, and I think Nikki Bella hit her with an elbow, and he's like, "Whoa!" And I was like, "Okay, take it down a couple notches." It wasn't that.
Whoa, man, you gotta love it. No, shut up, Booker. No, we don't. Eat shit, Booker T.
It's just worse. I think it's worse because we get him. Clearly, he's the heel commentator, and then we get Jerry, who's obviously the face commentator, and Jerry just doesn't help the situation at all. He just makes it even worse because he just says stupid things. Like, they don't make any sense.
Because
they
he's
just
an
get
old
two
man,
guys.
and guess what? He sounds like an old man. It's
Oh
horrible.
God.
I don't know.
But yeah, it was pretty bad. But like I said, overall, I liked pretty much. Kevin Owens and Ryback. I thought that was a good physical match. I mean, it's
They're
Ryback
slow
and Kevin
burning
Owens.
it. They're slow burning it, and I'm okay with it.
I like it. I like that. I mean, pretty much the luchas and that was another really high flying.
Yes, it was.
But this time it actually worked, where it's not like a bunch of botches happening.
Agreed.
And that one worked. So, like I said, I pretty much liked everything. I like seeing Seth Rollins have a little fun. It's funny when that promo with the New Day, you can see where he's got such the potential to be such a great face, because like you could see his goofiness when he's dancing and shucking and jiving like an idiot. With the New Day, you can totally see where the potential in that, where he's definitely going to succeed at that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I definitely like that part. That was fun. And the Kane thing, I'm almost like, it's weird. Like, I don't know what to feel about it, because it's like, it doesn't irritate me. It doesn't bother me, but it's like, I don't want to enjoy it. It's like I'm trying to not enjoy it.
I'm annoyed that the fact that I'm enjoying it. Like, I know I shouldn't be enjoying this shit. Like, I should be rebelling. I should be rebel, fuck Kane. But I can't. I like it. And I can't give you a good reason as to why. I give you no logic as to why.
I can't give any logic to it either. It's like, we should all be pissed that we're still seeing Kane, but especially when he grabs the title. That's the thing that irritates the shit out of me. Because I don't want to see Kane with the title.
I understand what they're doing. It's just to get to the next thing. That's all
because that's what I'm saying. This is like the real downtime for them, right? Where they don't really have a lot of big things happening.
Point, yeah.
So, but in that question, where do you think they're going to go with Seth Rollins next? Like, after this Kane angle is done?
Lord, who knows? I mean, Sheamus is always a possibility. That would not surprise me. I think somebody new is also very possible.
It's hard, man. I try to think about
where to go, but I do think that there are possibilities. Maybe the Triple H thing. Maybe it's time to pop the Triple H thing. That's a very good possibility too. I hear John Cena is going to be taking some time off, so maybe there's going to be a greater emphasis on that title now, on Seth's title. So we'll see what happens. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah, because I have no idea, man. I tried thinking about it. I was like, where is he going to go after Kane? Because if they're going to Kane right now, where the fuck are they going to go after Kane? Because if this is a downtime, they're not trying to throw out the big matches right now. So where are they going to go? I don't know. But
they'll have something set. See, the cool thing is, after Hell in a Cell, you got Survivor Series. So they don't even need to have a title match set for Survivor Series. They can just do a team concept for Survivor Series. And that's probably to start teasing the whole breakup of the Authority again. That's what I'm thinking. So there you go.
Yeah, that sounds like an idea, yeah. So.
Hey, I appreciate the call, buddy.
By the way, I just want to drop in something, because I haven't said anything since all this has happened.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm so sick and tired of hearing these fucking Joe Cronin fucking douchebags call your show and fucking harass you, man. So fuck those guys. Suck a fat dick.
I'm in agreement with that shit. But at the same time, it is what it is. People are going to love who they're going to love. They're going to back who they're going to back. You want to call in and fuck with me for no reason? Go ahead. I don't give a shit.
It's fucking because it's just every time I'm watching the show, these fucking children, these fucking idiots, just come on in and try to troll you. It's fucking pathetic, man.
It's okay. I appreciate the support, my friend.
All right, Dave. Well,
see how much I support you. I see how much I appreciate. I gave you 13 minutes tonight.
Oh, that's why I love calling your show, and that's why
I'm not doing that all the time, motherfucker. But I'm gonna give you 13 minutes tonight.
Well, that's why. Listen, everybody who's listening and watching the show. That's why Dead on Dave Productions is the best fucking show on YouTube, because Dave will let you talk and let you express your opinions, and you will be able to have an actual conversation, and that's why you're the best fucking show on YouTube.
Dude, that means the world to me. I appreciate that, Mike. Take it easy.
All right, Dave.
Over the top rope now with you.
Later, man.
Later. Michael Mendoza with some very kind words for the fat man. Much appreciated. How nice was that? That was very, very nice. It was nice. Nice. I like it. Let's look into the chat here. Josh Lyons, how's it going, fat man? At work on lunch. Hope SmackDown was good. It was pretty decent. I'm with everybody else here, man. 7.5. That was pretty damn good. Chris J says Rollins' next 3 title defenses will be Kane, Big Show, and Henry. Kill myself. No. Loboga 123. Shit, when did this start? Well, it started back right after SmackDown. As soon as SmackDown was over, you know your fat man of love goes live to talk about all the things that you want to hear, because that's what I do. I review SmackDown. You're not going to get a better review than you're going to get right here. In fact, if there was a better review, if it was possible, which we know it's not, I would be terrified. I would be mortified. I would be petrified of that, because it would be illegal. It'd be too much for the body to handle. You have to have a doctor's prescription to go above the Dead on Dave dosage. Let's take a caller. Thomas Sotomayor. Thomas Sotomayor, you're live, Dead on Dave. What you got?
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. What you got, buddy?
Oh, okay. I think you suck and Joe Conn is the best, fat fuck.
I hope that was worth it. It's like, I'm going to call and say that you suck. I'll create a whole name just to say you suck. Congratulations. Oh, you're so cool. But you're watching my show, aren't you? You're in my chat, aren't you? You're calling in, so what you're doing, you're sucking my dick. Here you are. You can't see it because, like, your head is bobbing underneath the table, but you're sucking it. It's wonderful. Every time you call, I love it. Oh, my God. Please, more. Oh, God. Just you trolls, suck this dick. Continue to call in. Improve my numbers. Do it. I love it. Oh, my God. Oh, wait. Wait, caller. Oh, God. Troll. Oh, yeah. Take that copious cum and swallow it. Swallow the copious cum. I just came in your mouth. Came in it. And there's nothing you can do. Nothing you can do about it, because you fed me, you troll. You fed me. Every time you call, I just take that head and cram it down on my head. And then I bust a copious nut right in your face. Right in your face. So thank you. Because I needed to come. I needed to come. I feel better now. I feel more relaxed. So other than that, man, I think we're good, man. We've hit SmackDown. I almost called it Raw. We hit SmackDown pretty good. Once again, better than Raw. Better than Raw. SmackDown was great. I enjoyed it quite a bit. In fact, I think it was my favorite WWE show of the week. I think it was better than NXT. 7.5 can be talked a little bit higher. I thought it was very well done. There wasn't any real weak points, so I'm happy with it. What do you guys think? Please hit me up on Twitter or right here in the chat. You can hit me up on Twitter at ThatOnDaveV. Let me know what you think of SmackDown. You don't have to do it only if you watch live. If you're watching this on delay, you can hit me up on Twitter right now. Just hit me up on Twitter. Say, hey, what's up, fat ass? How you doing? Fat ass is mean. Fat man. I like fat man. Isn't that weird? I was talking about the whole name thing earlier. Like, what does a name mean? But I don't like fat ass that much. But I'm completely okay with fat man. Isn't that weird? I don't know. I'm a weird guy. What can I say? But hey, here's what I do know. All you guys sitting in the chat, hit that like button, man. We got to offset all of those goddamn dislikers, because for some reason people now, they just want to come in and hit dislike for no reason. That's fine. Offset them. Hit me up with the like button. Go on, subscribe to the channel if you've yet to do that. Share this around. Tell the world that Dead on Dave is taking over the planet. Let everybody know. Scream it from the hilltops. Let the world know that Dead on Dave is coming. Okay? Also, you can, of course, support the channel in those ways, liking and subscribing. Go check out the copious gear over at www.deadondave.spreadshirt.com. Get yourself the copious mug drink from my face. Isn't this face? Could you just imagine this face with coffee in it? This face with coffee in it. Come on. Drink it. And if you do get any of the gear, make sure you go ahead and take a picture of it. Take a picture of it. Hit me up on Twitter at ThatOnDaveV. Also, you can go ahead and donate to the channel if you so see fit. You can give the fat man a tip. You tip your barista at Starbucks, you could tip the fat man as well. So if you feel like tipping, you can see where things are going. We got a new number because of that, and we're going to continue to up the channel's look and feel the more we get donations. So those donations do allow me to do a lot of things, and one of them is updating the channel and doing more things with it. So thank you very much. 702-751-2902. That's because of you guys. So thank you for your calls. Thank you for your support. I appreciate it greatly. And hey, I'm looking to upgrade the graphics on the channel. I have no graphic knowledge, man. I'm not good at it, never been good at it. Isaac Rojas is my usual guy. But I know he's busy. He's a college kid. He's got a lot of things going on. So if anybody out there has a lot of knowledge when it comes to graphic design, you feel like helping out the channel, hit me up. We'll have a conversation, and I will feature your graphic designs and promote you right here on the channel. Give you a lot of love for doing it. So if you want to do that, please let me know. I could use the help. Not going to lie. I can barely draw my name. See, I can't even say it right. A normal person would say, I can't write my name or draw a house. Not me. I can't draw my name. I can't draw my name. Anyway, that's all I got. Oh, hi, Gizmo. Yeah, it's Gizmo. He's here. He's closer. Ah! I almost dropped my Gizmo. You never drop your Gizmo, especially not in water. And you don't feed him after midnight. But it's 5 o'clock in the morning here in Germany, and I'm tired. So I think I'm going to go get some sleep, hopefully copious amounts of sleep. Make sure you check out all the coverage we're going to do right here on Dead on Dave Productions this weekend. We're going to do Dead on Dave Live on Saturday, where we're going to talk about Madison Square Garden. And then the Madison Square Garden show, come right here after for your review of the Madison Square Garden Spectacular. Yes, it's a glorified house show, but we're going to cover it, and we're going to have a damn good time. So make sure you're right here for that as well. I hope you guys enjoyed SmackDown. I hope you guys enjoyed the show tonight. Keep calling, keep liking, keep subscribing, and whatever you do in your life, just know this. If you don't have talent, have talented friends. We will see you next time. Like, subscribe, and share. Keep it fucking copious. Peace.